Hey folks, welcome back to another video. Okay, so you've gone all out and spent all of your money on the Oculus Quest 2, the latest and greatest device VR has to offer. And now you're thinking, oh crap, I don't have any money left to buy any games with. Well, have no fear, WaqMan is here. Today, I'm going to go through my top 23 free games on the Oculus Quest platform. And all of these games can be downloaded directly from the headset. And the links to all of them are in the description below so you can easily find it. But these will truly be the best ones you can get for free. So, if you enjoy the video and find it helpful, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Not only that, today we are going to announce the winner of the 15k giveaway, who will get to choose out of I Expect You to Die 2, Stride or Population 1. And I want to give a big thank you to all of my subscribers for getting me this far. But don't worry if you missed out on this giveaway. The winter giveaway is starting right now. But this time, I've decided since I pay for the games myself anyway, why should I limit you guys? So I'm going to let you choose any game on the Oculus Quest platform that you want, including the new Resident Evil 4 in VR. And to enter, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, put on bell notifications and comment #WaqManWinter down below. Well, let's get straight into the video. Now this list isn't in any order as all of these games are fantastic. Number 1, T for God. Now this is one of the most amazing games on this list, and the reason for that is because of the procedurally generated levels. By this I mean that the levels will generate based on your play space, meaning that there is no teleportation movement and it will be your full room scale, but you aren't going to bump into anything, because the way the levels are designed is to make sure you only keep to your play space. Though in VR it makes you feel like you're going forever. It is actually fantastic. Plus it also has hand tracking, which adds more to the level of immersion. Although the shooting with hand tracking can be a bit finicky as you need to get the right spot to hit your target. There are also different difficulty levels where it can be a challenge for you. Or if you just want to show someone new to VR, then you can give them the invincibility mode. This is actually a fantastic game and is absolutely free. Number 2, Hibow. Now Hibow is basically kind of like a multiplayer version of Sirento VR but without guns. Here you will have 2 swords as well as a bow and arrow, where you will be able to jump in the air and shoot people whilst in midair, making you feel like a slow motion badass. The fighting can be hectic but also a lot of fun. There are various different modes, including a team deathmatch mode. There are also various different arrows you can pick up, such as exploding arrows, making the fights even more intense. Plus the players have also started to pick up since it has come onto App Lab, and it is a lot of fun to play. If you like playing solo, there are also bots that you can kill. The game is still in early development, so there will be bugs here and there. Overall, this is a fantastic game that may not be free for too long, so make sure you check it out now. Number 3, Pavlov. Do you want a PvP shooter that has already established itself? Well, what's better than Pavlov? In this version of Pavlov, you get the full PvP element, however you don't get to play with the PC players. Although every time I've played, there have always been people playing since it's on the Quest platform and it's free. To be honest, this game is a no-brainer to pick up as it's one of the most fun games to play with realistic reloading, multiple different weapons and a massive community. There also used to be some gore, but due to some bugs that has been temporarily taken off. But when it's back, it's so satisfying to blow someone's body in half, for those sadistic people out there like me. Number 4, AimXR. Honestly speaking, for a free game, AimXR is a fantastic game, especially if you want an alternative to the trinity of shooters, Pavlov, Onwards and Contractors. This is also great, especially if you're new to VR, as the reloading mechanics are much easier and killing the enemy feels sadistically satisfying. There are multiple different weapons that have a unique style to them, such as snipers. I personally think they have been implemented really well and the zoom is really good. The player count for the game has increased quite a bit as well. But there are also bots that you can play with and their AI is quite reasonable, so you may not even notice that you're playing with bots. The developer is also really active and also releases new maps for free. Overall, this is a great shooter that is getting better and better. Number 5, Battle Talent. Now this is a full physics based sandbox game similar to Blade and Sorcery. It has magic powers, a varied amount of different enemy types including skeletons, goblins, dark elves and even samurais. It has quite a few weapons including guns, swords, axes and much more. It also seems to have a progression system and loot, which is great as Blade and Sorcery doesn't currently have that. But the most impressive thing is that it also has mod support with things like lightsabers, halo guns and much more. The graphics are also quite decent and it's fun to murder the dark elves, so if you enjoy games like Gone or want a game like Blade and Sorcery, you need to try this one. Number 6, Gorilla Tag. Now you must have heard about this game by now. If not, I want to warn you, it's one extreme workout and you will be dripping in sweat. The only way to move is move your arms and bounce yourself, as these monkheads don't have legs. So make sure you have a fan on and a lot of room, as you will be moving around, as there are literally no movement controls. And you even have to turn around yourself. I didn't know where I was in my room half the time, and I almost fell over a few times. But I was actually extremely surprised at how much fun the game was. You can even climb walls like the Prince of Persia by bouncing from side to side. It's actually impressive how the game is so much fun, even though it's so simple. There are also mods for the game to make it even more fun. So if you want to have fun being a monkey, then make sure to get it. Number 7. Ancient Dungeons. Now this is basically a roguelite dungeon crawler, but it looks like a Minecraft world. Here you basically fight through hordes of different monsters with your sword and a throwing knife, and collect different power-ups along the way to improve your weapons and even give them special abilities. There are NPCs to buy items and upgrades from, and boss battles to keep things interesting. Since this is a roguelite, the dungeon is also procedurally generated, which means every time you start with a new life, you get a new dungeon. All dungeons are also filled with traps, secrets, semi-bosses, and tons of different loot. The deeper you go, the more dangerous the environment and enemies will get. There are also differently themed dungeons that you'll encounter. For example, the Overgrown dungeon that features a lot of vegetation and plant-based enemies, or an Infernal dungeon that will have fire-based enemies. This is actually a really fun game if you enjoy roguelites and the Minecraft aesthetic. What I'm surprised at is that it's actually free, because it has the quality of a paid game, but I'm betting it won't be free for long, so pick it up right now. Number 8. Gun Raiders. Gun Raiders is a free-to-play VR shooter that is actually a lot of fun to play. And since it is free to play, there are a lot of people online. Here you will be able to pick from a multitude of weapons, such as assault rifles, pistols, grenade launchers, even knives and samurai swords. Plus, the movement in the game is sick, especially if you get motion sickness, since you're able to use jetpacks and even wall climb like in Gorilla Tags, but use the guns in the air as well. There are quite a few varied game modes as well, such as Assault, where you raid the enemy base and defend your own to score points. There's also Control, where you take control of a point and hold it whilst the other team is raining hellfire down. There's also Team Deathmatch if you just want to keep it simple. Or if you hate teamwork, there's also Free For All. The developers keep releasing new maps and game modes as well as new cosmetics. I don't know how long the game will remain free, so make sure you get it now. Number 9. Echo VR. This game is a free multiplayer game based off the movement and control of the awesome Lone Echo. The first thing I would say is make sure you have the Guardian system on and clear up your play space, as you are guaranteed to lose your orientation, since you have to spin around a lot, swing your arms in ways they probably shouldn't be able to go to defeat the enemy. The movement is based off of the wrist thrusters that propel you whichever way your arms are positioned. This in itself gives you an awesome feeling of flying. Make sure you do the tutorial first to learn the controls, as this will really benefit you when you're going up against real people. When the game starts, you are launched with your teammates to the middle of the arena to try and get the disc first. This is kind of like the Harry Potter game of Quidditch and the mayhem that comes with it. But there's no golden snitch. But you will be dashing around in zero gravity in PvP, flying around using the momentum of your opponents and teammates to gain a boost to score and win the game. One word of warning though, you may experience some motion sickness due to the intense movement in the game. However, the more you play, the more you get used to it. But just be careful. This is a fantastic PvP and team working game, and the fact that it's free is a no-brainer to pick up and play. Number 10. Rec Room. Now, Rec Room is a social hub where you can create your own avatar, make them look how you want, and then step into the VR social world. You can talk to people around the world, play games with them, relax, and just have fun. And you might be wondering, what type of games does Rec Room have? Well, it has so many games that I'm not going to list them all. I'm just going to list some of my favorite ones. For example, Fall Guys in VR. You heard me right, the popular game Fall Guys has been created in VR through Rec Room. Then it's a lot more scary when you actually fall. Another one of my favorites is Among Us in VR. Now, to be honest, it's even more fun than the flat screen version, as you have to actually move around yourself, and it actually makes the game a little scary, especially when you're not the imposter. If these games aren't your taste, then there are many more, such as paintballing, battle royale, dodgeball, mini tennis, laser tag, disc golf, fishing, basketball, treasure hunting, climbing, and even Team Quest, where you can use swords, bow and arrows, guns and magic, defeating enemies and eventually fighting an epic final boss. Oh, you're asking what else you can do in Rec Room? Well, if all that wasn't enough, you can also build your own rooms and make it look how you want and invite your friends to show it off. You can explore thousands of player-created rooms to see how much time people actually spent on it. Also, this is a rare game that has crossplay between PS4, PC and the Quest, so you can play with people that are playing on any of these, meaning there are a ton of people to play with. Number 11. VRChat. So you must have heard about VRChat unless you've been living under a rock. But just to bring everyone up to speed, VRChat is similar to Rec Room, but more for the older audience. But I don't mean mature, because you will find a lot of immature and funny things in VRChat. You can basically get any avatar that you can think of. It's actually like Ready Player One. If you want to be an Avenger, you can become Spider-Man or anything, to be honest. Plus, you also have games and activities you can play, similar to Rec Room. They also have Fall Guys as well as Among Us. And personally, I think it looks and plays better than Rec Room. But anyway, there are a lot more things to do and an incredible amount of worlds to visit. People spend hours upon hours in VRChat, and it's one of the best experiences out there, paid or not. And I think that's due to the community. Plus, it's free, so that makes it even better. Number 12. Pokerstars VR. You know gambling isn't good, kids. Man, you can lose a lot of money in it. However, in Pokestars VR, you can play to your heart's content with people online. Not only that, with the money you can win, you can also buy props to show off how cool and rich you are. There is full interaction with your cards, as you would expect in VR, so you have a great time. The developers also keep updating the game and keep adding more content, such as new game modes, as well as allowing you to play against the dealer. This is probably the best card game you will find in VR, and it's absolutely free. Number 13. Epic roller coasters. Want to go to a theme park but don't like the queues? Then this is the best alternative. The feeling you get with this game is actually like you're on a roller coaster. And for a more immersive feeling, I recommend you get a fan and have it blowing at you. It helps with motion sickness as well. Which brings me on to, let me warn you, if you are prone to motion sickness, probably avoid this one. If you aren't or want to try it anyway, then great. Epic roller coaster is actually a pretty fun experience. It's not that much of a game since you don't actually do much other than sit in your chair and scream like a madman for no reason. For the outside world, that is. But inside the headset, you're going 80 miles per hour on a roller coaster, going through loop-de-loops, trying to shoot the targets and probably failing miserably. Now, when you're in the game, you actually get the feeling that you are in a real roller coaster. There are a few different maps that are free, but any more you need to pay for. Personally, I don't think you really need to pay for any, since the free ones actually scratch that itch. The graphics are pretty decent as well, and it is a great game for a fun experience. It's just something you should try out, but I wouldn't spend any money on it unless you really love it. Number 14. Bait. Do you or your kids love to fish, or do you want to practice your fishing, or even learn how to fish? Then Bait is the perfect free VR game for you. Originally made for the Oculus Go, but ported to the Oculus Quest, and it is fantastic. There is a good story, albeit a little short, and you can unlock different fishing rods with the currency you earn from catching the fish. You have to buy and select different bait, and of course a variety of different fish to catch. This game is really relaxing and fun, and you'll definitely get hooked. Number 15. Bigscreen Beta. Now this isn't a game per se, but it's a must-have on your Quest. What is Bigscreen Beta, you may ask? Well, it's basically like having a massive cinema in your house without needing to be a multi-millionaire. You can watch movies, TV shows, animes, cartoons, or even if you feel like it, you can play PC games with a controller and have the Oculus Quest as a massive screen. Big screen on the Oculus Quest is not just a solo experience, although it can be if you want. However, there's a whole social aspect to it. You can join other people's rooms and watch what they're watching with them. And you can invite people to your room to watch your movies, TV shows, etc. and can even talk to people, as well as hear them talk to each other like you would do in a real cinema. Feel free to shush them when the movie starts though, as you have the mute button. There are also paid movie tickets allowing you to watch 3D movies, which are actually very impressive. I would suggest checking out the 3D trailers. This really makes you feel like you're in the cinema, especially since we can't go there right now. Now, just before we get to our final few games, I would like to announce the winner of the giveaway is... Congratulations! Please contact me on my Discord to claim your prize. Number 16. VRWorkout Total Home Fitness. I actually think it might be one of the best VR workout games in VR. It has hand tracking, custom song support, audio instructions to tell you when to change positions, awesome workouts like burpees, push-ups, crunches, squats, sprint, jumps, and if that wasn't enough, there are 4 difficulty levels, as well as a battle mode. There is actually a lot more to the game. The graphics don't look that great to me, to be honest, but everything else looks awesome. Although the main reason to get this game is for the workouts, and you will be sweating hard very quickly. And if you really want to use VR to get fit without needing to go to the gym, then this is the perfect game for it. Plus, it's free. Number 17. Speedway. If you wanted an awesome free racing game on the Quest, then look no further for Speedway. It's currently in its alpha stage and the graphics are quite minimalistic, but the gameplay is actually a lot of fun. The drifting feels nice as well as the controls feel responsive. However, this is a big thing to consider for anyone suffering with motion sickness. Racing games can be quite intense. If you're new to VR, then I would be careful trying it and take it slowly. Now, currently there is only one map in the game, so it is quite basic right now and the customization options are limited to basically color changes. But it's free, so try it anyway and see how you like it. Number 18. Hacks. Now, this is a single player demo that you can currently play against bots. However, the developers are working on multiplayer for it as well. But the gameplay is actually where it shines, which is a lot of fun. You can even use ammo magazines as explosives or turn them into swords, and much more. It has a whole game mechanic just dedicated to the ammo magazines. The game aesthetics actually feel like a mix of Borderlands and Stormland, plus with a lot of weapons to choose from. There are currently only 2 maps, but the game is so addictive that you'll probably just keep playing. Number 19. Touring Carts. Now, Touring Carts is similar to Mario Kart but in VR. You'll get power-ups and weapons such as rocket launchers to use against your opponents, and the fact that it's multiplayer, the opponents will be real, so making fun of them will be a lot more fun. Now in this one, if you get motion sickness, don't worry. They have actually made several different views that you can play the game with. One is similar to when you're in an arcade racing car, playing with a screen in front of you, which is pretty cool, and you can still interact with everything as normal. Then you have a third person view, which is where you can see the characters but are above everything. Then you have the normal immersive VR, where you're in the car, in the race. Only use this one if you don't get motion sickness, as it can be quite intense. There are also 30 customizable cars, which you unlock as you play, as well as 22 tracks. There's also a quick start mode, which has everything unlocked from the beginning. Now this is a free version of the game. You can get a paid one if you want, but you don't really need to. Overall, this is a great VR racing game for free. You can't really find anything better for that price. Number 20, Elixir. Now this can be one of your first hand tracking experiences, as this is a free game, although it is relatively short. However, you are able to experience a lot of what hand tracking has to offer, where you will be able to use various different powers from your hands, such as lightning powers, or fire hands like you're the Human Torch, or even extract claws from your knuckles like you're Wolverine. There is also one more that looks so freaky, which are the octopus hands, but they still look so cool. That's actually my favorite one, as it makes me feel weird. There are also basic puzzles that you'll need to solve, but they aren't really that difficult at all. There's also really good voice acting, which is quite impressive for a short free experience. Overall, this is the perfect game to show your friends or family when trying to get them to buy into VR. Number 21, Cards and Tankards. Well, here's one for someone who loves card games like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, or even Digimon. This one is a new type, but it's still a lot of fun, and actually quite easy to pick up, where you still get to open new card packs and have different monsters in your deck. Plus, there is an experience and leveling up system, and you get coins when playing the game to buy more packs. You can either play against the AI, which I actually enjoy, with ranging difficulty levels, or you can test your skills up against real people with PvP. This one is actually flying under the radar, to be honest, and considering games like Demio are so popular when it's that expensive, this should be a no-brainer to pick up and play, especially when it's free. Number 22, Briskware. Now this is actually a very cool game. Essentially, it is an endless runner and feels similar to Pistol Whip but with a sword. And here you also have 3 special abilities such as telekinesis or slowing down time, where making you feel like you're in the Matrix, and even a long distance takedown attack. The visuals are also like a cyberpunk dystopian era. The aim of the game is to try and last as long as you can and try to get to the top of the leaderboards. Overall, it's a fun game that at least deserves a try. Number 23, Battle Arena VR. This is a multiplayer PvP shooter where you get to become Spider-Man with guns. You even get a grappling hook that you can use to swing on things and spin around to be a moving target, while still trying to take down your opponents. The sessions are short, with around 2 to 5 people in a match. It also has a leveling and experience system as well as a leaderboard. There are also competitions held every so often, so if you get good enough, you could even win those. Overall, it's a fun multiplayer game that you might want to try out, especially since it's absolutely free. Well, there you have it, the best free games on the Oculus Quest platform you can download directly from your headset. Now you don't have to spend a penny to make the most out of your headset. Now there may be some games that I missed out, as the marketplace is huge, but if I have, let me know in the comments and I'll try and check them out. And if you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to enter the giveaway. Well, thanks for watching, have a great day, stay safe, and see you next time.